KPIs are extremely helpful for demonstrating important information about your machines at a glance, and now more than ever because they have the ability to change color depending on their value. Hi, I'm Josh, I'm from Freepoint, and today I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about threshold KPIs. So what is a threshold KPI? Really, it's the exact same as any other KPI, only it's set up to display a different color depending on its value. So for an example, if you had a KPI, an uptime KPI, it could display green if it's above 60% or red if it's below 60%. And then if you did this for all of your machines in your manufacturing shop, you would see instantly which machines are doing better or worse than expected. Here, I'll show you how. So I'm going to start by creating an uptime KPI for our EDM machine, showing the percent of uptime for the active shift. In this video, we're not going to cover how to create and set up a KPI. We're just going to be looking at the threshold functions, which are right here under the display options. First, you can see the suffix, which is just a symbol representing the KPI. If your KPI is measuring a percentage, this will automatically be a percent sign, so you most likely won't need to change that. And then next, you can define the default color of the KPI. And then you have the if value, which is dependent on the threshold value to display the secondary color. So you can change the color if the value of the KPI is greater than or less than the threshold value. For example, let's say we want our EDM machine to have a KPI that shows the percentage of uptime, and if it's above 60%, then it'll be green, and if it's below 60%, it'll be red. We can set the if value to greater than, and then the threshold value to 60, so then if the machine is greater than 60% uptime, it will appear green. And then if not, it will display the default color, which will be red. Now I think we're ready to take this one step further and add a second threshold value. This means that we're going to be adding a third color into the equation. And the reason I want to do this is because I want to make the KPI display yellow when it's between green and red. In order to do this, we first need to define the threshold values. So let's say the KPI will be red if it's below 50%, and then it'll be yellow when it's between 50 and 70%, and then it will be green when it's above 70%. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the greater than value to 70%. So then now if it's above 70%, it's green, and then if it's below 70%, it'll be red. And then I'm actually going to change the default color to yellow. So if it's less than 70%, it's yellow. Now I'm going to add another threshold value that says if the KPI is less than 50%, it will be red. So now we can see that if it's less than 50, it's red. If it's greater than 70, it's green. And then if it's in between those two values, it's going to be the default color, which is yellow. Now we can see by color code each machine's state. And I know for this tutorial, we only really used an uptime KPI as an example, but these threshold functions can be applied to any type of KPI we offer. You know, you could make a KPI turn green if its machine is producing more than 200 parts, or producing less than 30% downtime. Whatever works best for your factory. I strongly recommend applying these threshold functions so that you can see instantly the state of each machine. That's it for now. If you have any questions, please send an email to support@getfreepoint.com.